How to do and what it be like, my beloved peeps. Welcome to Lady Walker, etc. Now, I already know that many of you are already abreast upon the college admissions cheating scandal that was recently exposed. Child, let me tell you like the TIS, the TIS. Parents are paying up to $15,000 to $6 million to get their children admitted to elite colleges or universities. How about that? And charges are being brought up against 50 people thus far. And of course, there could be many, many more. Now, the ringleader of this scam is William Rick Singer. Now, let me tell you about him. I'm just going to tell you just a small bit about him. Old boy was a genius at this until he got caught. He said that he assisted at least 750 parents in getting their children admitted to these prestigious colleges. And he had his way of doing it. He had this way, that way, somebody taking the SAT test or the ACT test for those who didn't know how to score a high score in order to get into these prestigious colleges. Also, he had someone, this was an elaborate kind of scam, had all kind of people participating and assisting with this shenanigan. And I tell you, it worked for a while. But you know what, beloved? I believe this kind of crap has been going on forever in a day. It hadn't just started. It has been one of those well kept secrets up until now. And even though this guy and the people who were working alongside him with this and the parents, even though they have gotten caught, believe me that there are so many other businesses that are doing the same thing. He was supposed to have been like a mission counselor for the wealthy. Okay, now there's a better name for it, okay? But I'm just, saying. I think his company was called The Key. And bottom line is, believe me, he is not the only one who has such a company. There are probably so many more that just haven't gotten caught. But this one did because somebody, this guy, oh my goodness, I did read about him and I don't have his name written down. He spilled the beans. Okay, he spilled the beans on what was going on because he was under investigation because of some crap that he was doing. So I guess to have a little bit of leniency, he told them about this scam that was going on. Okay, so this will lessen the sentence upon him. But anywho, it's a sad thing when parents, if you are rich, if you are wealthy, and God knows if you are white. Now, that's right there, wealthy or rich. Wealthy and rich, they synonymous, but still, there is one thing to be rich, but it's another thing to be wealthy. And if you're white, my goodness, that is the icing upon the cake. Now, some people look at this as being a class thing, not a racist kind of thing, but a class thing, a rich kind of class thing. And yeah, it could very well be. I don't know. Is there a black parent or a black parents who have done this as well? And we'll never find out exactly of all the people who have participated in such a scam. Lori played in a few Hallmark movies, and she played Aunt Becky in Full House. I never really looked at Full House, but she played Aunt Becky, and she have been part of some of Hallmark movies. And she was over in, gosh, where was this lady? She was somewhere out of the country making a movie for Hallmark, but she flew in and all turned herself in and all of that. And it's so interesting. Normally, when you turn yourself in, there's a mug shot of you, but honey, they did not allow this woman to have a mug shot. See, now that's right there is certainly a privilege right there. Anywho, now Lori is being shown more than any other person who are just as guilty in this illegal kind of scheme or scam. She is being shown more in the media than anybody else. She paid $500,000 for both of her daughters to be admitted into USC. Also, Felicity Huffman, she used to play on Desperate Housewives. She paid $15,000 for one of her daughters to enter into one of the Ivy League colleges. And also, beloved, there were CEOs of big companies that also paid money for their sons or daughters to enter into some of these Ivy League colleges and university. And you know what? There's a possibility. I don't know. They're not saying it, but I wonder if number 45, if his parent paid for him to enter into an Ivy League college, as well as his son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Now, they said Jared Kushner's dad, I don't know if he's still in jail. I don't know any of that, but something that he paid $25 million to a school. In other words, it's like he bought a freaking building for the school. And you know what? Guess what? His son was able to attend that particular prestigious college. And then it makes you wonder about Trump's sons and his daughters. And also, I'm going to throw in George Bush. You know, the names are out there. And there are politicians. Like, politicians, do they have that kind of money? Yes, a lot of them do. You never know if they paid to get their sons and daughters admitted into a prestigious college. You just never know. And you know what? Lobbyists do this kind of stuff every day, and it's legal. They do it. They pay to get a bill passed in their favor. They are paying it all the time, and this stuff is happening every day. Now you wonder, why is it that these parents would do this? Is one of the reasons what some people suppose that the reasons why, well, one of the reasons why some rich parents, some wealthy parent would do this is to have bragging rights about their son or daughter, or you can say sons or daughters attending such a prestigious college. Really, bragging rights. Yes, rich people, wealthy people would do that. And as I said before, this kind of stuff has been going on forever and a day, and it has been a well-known, kept secret, and it will continue to happen no matter what. It is going to continue to happen, and I don't believe any of these people are going to go to jail over this. I don't believe it. And maybe they will encounter, and I'm pretty sure right about now, especially Laura is certainly probably right about now embarrassed. You know, a bit of media embarrassment. Maybe they will be sentenced with a few community hours, maybe a healthy or not so healthy fine, and a slap on the wrist. That may be all they may get. And even if they may be sentenced to jail, it would be for a short time. It would be for a short time. Now, I know Martha Stewart went to prison for 1 year for this inside trading thing a while back. But when Martha came out of prison, y'all, she was more popular than ever. But even though, if Lori, Felicity, or some of the other people whom they have not shown their faces, I don't know. Maybe I just haven't looked at the website where other people's faces are shown. They may, again, some of them may go to jail, but it won't be for a long time. It really won't. Oh, you know what, beloved? Also, there is such a thing. There is such a thing called legacy students. This is where if your mom, your dad, or your grandparents went to a certain school, especially one of those prestigious universities or college, then you can go there just because of that connection, just because of that kinship. You can get into that college. How about that? So, is this white privilege? Rich or wealthy white privilege? Now, of course, as I said earlier, maybe there are some black family parents who may have utilized that service, illegal service. Who knows? But the rich, from my understanding, have been doing this for a long, for decades and decades and decades and decades and decades. Okay. But anywho, listen, love, give me your input on what you think about the situation at hand. Give me your input. And in the meantime, my beloved peeps, I'll plant you now and dig you later. Ta ta.